This video was recorded like 4 days ago, so keep that in mind. Sorry for the delays. Now on to the video. So I just wanted to take some time to just kind of talk about World Warships in its current state. I don't necessarily want to say I hate the game, but I feel like it could do better in some areas. I think our biggest annoyance right now for many of us is the fact that they're taking premium ships and they're only having them up for like cash or random bottles at the start these days, and they have the majority of the ships not available now for coal till like 2 or 3 weeks out. It's just very, very peculiar to see this behavior from Wargaming, to say the least. In the past, the behavior used to be more consistent. We get some free events occasionally. Wouldn't be so weird, to say the least, with the game. I mean, oh yeah. Oh, I kind of remember the earlier days of Wargaming. 2016, 2017-ish. We got a lot more stuff for free, and it was just crazy. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on a bit because I'm trying to get this stuff going. That's all you can do is just get it going. You can see these brawls do take a while to get into, quite frankly. Just gonna play in Duca because why not? Honestly, I just wish we could get our old game back, you know, without the submarines, without the new CVs and all that, but those days are long past. But I really wish they would do a WoW's classic mode once in a while to have the old classic experience back. And the closest I get to that now is by playing Brawls, which is silly. And I think that submarines can actually come into this brawl, from what I understand. So it is kind of annoying, to say the least, when you can get submarines in here. Oh yeah. Thing is, you know, Wargaming, you know, the old Wargaming, I trusted them quite a bit, you know, back in the day, but now I'm just not too sure these days with Wargaming. They say one thing and then another completely thing happens, so it's just like, what can you do? Yeah. Makes me wonder what kind of super ship they're going to gimmick up to replace Venezia. Let's be honest, all these super ships seem like replacements for the normal ships, and then eventually they're going to slam down an XP requirement, and boom, now you have to go to super ships for your highest. I just see it happening. I don't want to see it happen, but knowing Wargaming, that's what I see next happening. Hasn't really been much going on with the dev blogs. The only thing they really talked about was Battle Pass stuff, which I'm sure you're all quite familiar with by now. We're basically having our missions basically nerfed a bit. There's 2 different levels of the pass itself, or should I say 3 different levels. Your basic, your standard buy-in pass, and there's some other version where you can get some advanced privileges. I cover it more in my Battle Pass video itself. Honestly, I think it's kind of a weird step for the game to take this late in its life cycle. I think the game just does better without it. I think our missions and everything was kind of just great as it was. But wargaming again has a habit of messing with stuff that doesn't need to be messed with. Quite frankly, it just gets old really fast with them, you know? Wargaming. Don't you ever change at this point. It's funny to sit there and roast wargaming. I think they can do better, don't get me wrong. I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, only gonna get some if I really, really want it at this point. You know, like Malta, you know, I'll eventually get Malta, I'm thinking, after I get black. First I'll get black and then I'll go after Malta. That's my game plan right now. I'll go after the Destroyer Black and then go after Malta. That's all I can do at the moment. Alright, is there anything else that I can really talk about at this point with the game stuff? Don't know. Thinking that I'm gonna sit there and get some stuff going for you know, the future stuff with the channel. You know, I'm trying to think where we should go with content. Oh boy, there's so many different faucets you could explore. Like, we could go more ship reviews again, or we could try to, I could see if I can try to tackle in like an iChase level video where I actually go more in depth and I try to get some really nitty gritty details about a ship. I don't know, I've never really tried an iChase style video before. I know he's gonna be gone for quite a while. Maybe I ought to give it a shot. You know, like really research a ship that's not enrolled in warships or something. I don't know. Would you guys even be interested if I sat there and read through some Wikipedia articles on some ships, or if I actually tracked down records and stock footage? I don't know. I think it might be worth taking a look into maybe one of these days. Looking really hard at a ship's history. I don't know. I just feel like with iChase not being around, we kind of have a gap in that area currently. I mean, Sea Lord Mountbatten's talking about this and that. He doesn't really have any historical focused videos in quite a while. Flamu is also focused on current stuff. Euro's kind of just off memeing ships together and whatever little skit he wants to do, pretty much. There really is no historical warships content anymore from what I'm seeing. It's like the whole focus has shifted into whatever wargaming's doing at the moment. It's just like, okay, what are you guys doing now? That's how it feels with wargaming. You know, it's like one week they say one thing and then the next week they say another. It's just like really hard get through, you know, like they, like, remember that one point in time when they said submarines wouldn't be in the game and yet they sat there and put them in the game anyway? No, and I'm just like, wargaming. Wargaming. Always being silly. Honestly, I think our biggest downturn of the year was probably just the introduction of the super ships with the burst fire. I'm still kind of annoyed by that, to be honest. They should have kept that out of the game, in my opinion, as I really think it offsets the balance of ships having that in there, because I don't know of any ships that could do that in real life besides maybe Des Moines. Des Moines was basically the only auto-reloading ship that I know of. Like in IRL, you know, like in real life. Des Moines and Salem, but they're both the same class. Tulsa did not exist in real life. Keep in mind that was just a blueprint that Wargame basically took from and adapted and made Tulsa. I think they learned their lesson and they made Velos a steel ship for that very reason, because they didn't make enough money or whatever on Tulsa, I don't think. So that's why they kind of changed their mind with Velos and then made Velos like available the way they did for steel. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I think it is Velos. I'm gonna have to double check just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Velos. No, it's Vallejo. Vallejo, that ship. Vallejo, not Velos. Vallejo. It's a tier 9 mini Worcester ship. Mini Worcester ship, pretty much. That's all it pretty much is. I can't describe it other than saying it's like a mini Worcester and they have it for steel, and I'm still kind of dumbfounded by that decision. The only thing I can think of is they weren't making enough money with Tulsa, so they decided, oh, when we make the mini Worcester, we're just going to sit there and put it in for steel. We'll make more money that way because players will sit there and want to play clan battles, and thus want to get more premium time, thus want to get the premium battle pass, yada yada yada. If they start locking all the ships behind the battle pass, I think you're going to see a massive pushback from the whales. I don't think they like to see all this heavy monetization. Me, as a whale, I have decided not to spend money recently. The only thing I spent money on was the jack-o'-lantern containers. That's pretty much it, and I got that camouflage for Hiss and Yang off of that. You know, so it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to sit there and be like, hey, stop spending all your money on wargaming. That's your choice as a player. You choose what you want to do with the whole buying situation with wargaming. You know, because many times people will sometimes say, hey, don't buy this, don't buy that, and then, you know, people do it anyway. You know, that's pretty much all it is. Yeah. You know, sometimes I wonder if we're ever going to get a line full of graph space or not. That would be great, honestly, to get the graph space. Thanks to the karma, by the way, whoever did that in the last match. No, not this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one's fitted out for secondaries. Look, how you should view this game now is it worth my time and money? That is only for you to decide. I don't think anybody else can really say that for you. The whole premise behind any game is to have fun, and when you don't have fun with it anymore, you just don't want to spend money on it. You know, I'm not saying I'm gonna stop making content. I'm just saying that at this point, I'm just looking at Wargame. I'm just like saying, come on, guys, come on. When are you gonna sit there and get us some more fun modes back? Well, the battles, we already did that. Where's all the fun modes? Where's our space battles? I would love for space battles to return, honestly. It's been too long. You know, the silly effects, the Star Wars-esque effects. Yeah. I don't know. Star Wars. I think there's that new series Andor, which I'll have to review for one of the channels. Pretty much. So, yeah. I just, I do what I can, you know, with all the channels. You know, this take a lot of work at the end of the day, but, you know, lately we haven't had too many videos out on the main channel, so I just thought, why not just ramble on for ships for a little bit? Say what I'm thinking at the moment with the ships. And do a little bit of Brawls while I'm at it. You know? I don't really know what they're going to do next, but I suspect we'll be getting the death logs for our Christmas events really soon here. I would say maybe another couple days from now we might start getting those first details on Christmas containers. Can't be too far off now. Usually they tell us around now or early November. And considering we already have the stuff for the next patch, right? Like the Black Friday this, Black Friday that ships. I would wager to reckon that we're going to get our first details on the Christmas containers by mid-November at the latest. I would think it'd be sooner than that, honestly. I'm not sure if they're going to tell us drop chance at the start, but usually they'll come out with a list of what they want. And I know a certain Night Wolf wants Enterprise and won't be quiet about it, and I'm just like, okay, it's not going to be easy for you to get. Now, I'm going to tell you my strategy when I used to sit there and buy Christmas containers, because this year I'm not sure if I'm even going to bother because of all the changes Wargame keeps doing. I always went for the medium one. I always just bought a lot of those. I know that the chances are higher with the whole Mega one or whatever, but whatever they're gonna call it this year, the Mega, Santa's Mega Gift. I'm trying to remember how they do it before. What was it? Santa's Small Gift, Santa's Big Gift, Santa's Mega Gift. Whatever the one in the middle is, that's the one I would go for personally. I wouldn't sit there and go blow all your money on the big one, on the highest one. It's just, yes, the chances are better, but still, I think the middle one is kind of good for price wise. Usually price of what was last year's price? What was it? This is off the top of my head, so don't quote me on this. What was one? Because the small one was usually priced around what, $2? So the big one was, so the medium one was, what was it, $5? $5, $6 for each one. The mega one was what, $25? I'm trying to remember all this from memory, folks, and it's just sometimes it comes to you, sometimes it don't. But the point I'm trying to make is you really should just give it a shot, you know, with the containers this year if you really want to. If it's your first time, give it a shot if you want. But personally, I would probably lean toward not getting them this year and just saying enough's enough and just not spending so much. But again, that is your choice. That is your choice. Me, I'm on the fence this year whether I'm going to get any Christmas containers or not. Now, if they include some steel ships in them, I might be inclined. If there's no steel ships in them, I'm not going to bother. I can imagine that happening at some point, but keep in mind that rewards also might also be changed this year. I'm not sure if they're going to change them too much, but remember last year it was like a combination of steel and coal, depending on what tier was. I think it was tier 9 and 10 were steel. Tier 8 and below, I think, was coal. What I'm remembering. Those festive bonuses wouldn't even start anyway until yeesh. When did they do them last year? Wasn't it December? It's December when those drop, so we're probably not going to get the devlog on those for a while. So we'll see what happens. You know, it's one thing after another with Wargame, but if they start messing with those rewards for Christmas, you're going to see a massive uproar in players. Keep in mind, you know, it only really works the best when you have multiple ships. Like me, for instance, I got a whole bunch. But I wish that the dockyard events themselves would change. That way you can just get whatever ship you want. And the missions would automatically scale to that level or tier of difficulty. Now that's what I really, really want to see more than anything. I want to be able to get my shot at getting Odin. You know, I want to get Odin, and then I want to drink my Odin mead while I'm playing Odin. Because that'd be a funny video, honestly. I don't really drink that much, but sometimes I do. It just depends on the context. You know, nice little salmon beer, or sometimes a White Claw will also do me good. I just haven't had one in forever. I saw this Surge White Claw, and I was just like, maybe not. You know? Yeah. I mean, nothing against White Claws. I just only have them occasionally. It's been quite a while. And jeez, it's been a good year at this point, I want to say, since I've had a White Claw. I find myself craving one at the moment, actually. But don't have the means of getting one. I'm recording, all the liquor stores are closed for the night. So yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. You can only do so much. Yeah. You know, but that's kind of like my musings on ships. Do I think that there's going to be any big sales this week? I don't know. Let's see what's in here. We had Malta, so what's left? What is the next ship that they're going to sell? Let's see. Is it in here? Velos. We already got that. I guess they must have already sold those ships. Maybe since it's older. But yeah, I still want to get my hands on Anchorage and on Odin eventually. I don't really care about getting Vallejo. I don't have any interest. Velos, no interest either. I I can't keep up with all these ships. There's way too many that keep releasing. I need I miss the old days, and there'd be like a good month or two break between premium ships. That was in the very, very beginning though, like when they had Duca de Osta, and then they slowly got other ships out. It was like every month that they get the constant buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, all the time with Wargaming. So yeah, until next time, take care. I appreciate you all, and thank you for your support as always. Thank you.